Peace, family. I'm back. Oh, I'm up to so much good in the world. Peace, family. Yes, I realized that my live stream was being cut off. So tragic. I know the title threw you off. So I'll wait until a few check in. I'm good. Drinking some green juice. Are you on live? Peace. So much going on. So much tyranny in the world of the Matrix. Anyway, peace. I'm so sorry for those who are being attacked for their non-affiliation with me. I'm so sorry. It's tragic. It's a shame. So, it's a shame that those who are in opposition of me are getting challenged. And I think it's very sad. Anyway, so as my live stream was interrupted, as I'm talking about something so sensitive as the shooting, I had to find out why my streams were being cut off, because generally if the stream is being cut off, I have to see if something outside is doing it. So I go outside my home, family, and what do I see? I see a Google Maps truck driving by, and I looked, because you always look for things that are out of place. Did you ever watch The Matrix? What's out of place? A cat walking by on a table. Remember he said, did you see the cat again twice? Yes, he said something odd about the cat. So I see the Google Maps truck with two people, because I've seen Google Maps before, those people who drive around supposedly getting GPS locations for everywhere. So they're driving around, right? But what's notably different, I'm from New York. I usually notice the type of people who do Google Maps for driving. These people didn't look like they were normal Google Maps drivers. So I stand outside my door, because remember, I live outside of the Matrix, and I observed that Google Maps truck and the drivers, there was two. I noticed that they went around again in the same direction, and they stopped at the end of the road. When I looked down the road, it looked like they were dumbfounded, like something was wrong. So a lot of times, family, when there's smoke, there's fire. They have these beings who are out here doing all kinds of, using technology to defrag people's minds, to implant people with coded triggers, to make them snap out, go into a snafu and be triggered to do some obscene things. And if they can't do that, what they try to do is stop your transmission. But they must have not realized that can't stop, won't stop. If you start something with Fleur Brune, you better be quite accommodated to be able to finish what you begin. And I think it's a shame that some are being met with challenges based on opposition of me. Remember, I'm just a regular person living outside the perimeters of the Matrix, talking to a lot of my family who are in alignment with my frequency. Someone's texting me from Paris. Hold on. Wait, I think, oh, this is one of the sea stars from Paris. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted. So anyway, family, I thought I'd come back to you just for point. Yeah, like I said, I rock with some very interesting beings. And you know what's interesting? Not only are we in the home court advantage of the female, it's very, people should be very, very cautious not to mess with those who are protected and backed by witches and occultists on either side. you should be very mindful not to really attack or to start ish with those who are supported by beings that are not necessarily from this planet. Big up to the Andromedans. As you see, I'm okay. I have my magic wand. Anyway, family, I just want to come back. I'm not really gonna stay long. This is purely just to, you know, I say I'm sorry for those who are having issues for not being aligned with me. That's all this video was for. You know, I sound like, you know, someone said I sound like, what's her name? Tabitha? Tabitha from, what was it, The Good Witch? What was it called? Remember that old, it was like a black and white at one time, and then it was called The Good Witch, right? What was that called, that show? It was like, I forgot what it's called, but they say I sound like Tabitha when I laugh. I think I do. When I just laugh, I kind of thought so. So, family, Bewitched, thank you. Oh, you're so wonderful. And like I said, thank you for being the mind that sometimes I lack. Bewitched, yeah. Every time I used to laugh, I laugh in public, they tell me I sound like her. But anyway, so family, I'm just wanted to stay to be mindful, you know, just observe from a distance. Know that all beings right now are not human, and those who are participating in some of these ritualistic behaviors out here, doing heinous things to people in the general. You know, I just have to watch my general environment. How come I can't see you? Hey. Okay. So just, you know, be mindful that not everything is what it seems, and not everything is necessarily human. And if you walk in the world with a clear perspective on those you're engaging with, you will have zero issues with being safe. Yeah, I made a video. For those who don't know, who are just coming to this live stream, I made a video talking about the young man who had murdered and killed those young people in Florida, at this high school in Florida. And we talked about the species of the beings. We also talked about possible their connection to certain occult or Satanists. And during the time I made the video, as soon as I mentioned the higher tier Satanists and the lower tier, the whole video shut off. And it didn't just happen once, it happened twice. So I had to find out what was doing it, because obviously, remember, I'm outside of the matrix. Certain things they can do, they can glitch out technology, but as far as personal attacks, they would have to be able to do that elsewhere. So I wanted to see where it was coming from. I went outside my home and I saw Google Maps. Like I said, if I didn't see the Google Map, everything is relative. Do you understand what I'm saying? Why, when I walk outside after my live stream has been cut off twice, why, when I go outside, I see a Google Maps truck with two odd people that look nothing like someone who would be driving a Google Maps, and they, from my understanding, I know they have to drive by several times, but they drove by again and then stopped at the end of the road like they were confused. Could it be chance? Could they have been sent? So anyway, I'm gonna probably go off on Patreon tonight. So big up to those on Patreon, because you're gonna get the full spiel, because I have to be very mindful of the things I state publicly on this format. For those who actually are part of Patreon, I really don't have to really hold my tongue. It is a format that you are going to hear the truth in a way that's unfiltered. So I think I'm gonna have a rant later on Patreon about nature, not about these lunar males who are very upset right now that they are losing their heading, and they think it's okay to do harm to other people, and they're being met with force. So Patreon, oh gosh, I know I should always give the link. I'll put the link in this live video. I always forget. I tell you to join Patreon, but I don't tell you how to get there. It's like a donation, but the only reason it's asked for a donation because trolls don't want to pay for anything, so it kind of gets rid of people that are insidious and like to free stock people. So this kind of does it. And I don't know, it's like $1 to get in, but for each video it's like there's a fee. But I do what I do on there because I'm allotted to, and it's a free space that I can do it. So if you want to, let's see, the same thing happened. Wait, said that again? What happened? I can't. These sunglasses are cool. They are watching everyone who follow your live. They're doing, yeah, I noticed that they're, anybody who's watching the live feed, I'm sorry. You never get, oh, sorry. You never get notified of anything on Patreon? Untitled Sensei? That's another thing. All these platforms, it's the same, you know, I almost feel like it's the same being running all the platforms. Because Patreon, you're supposed to know, because obviously you what is it, customize, you kind of, yeah, the shield is up. You customize your, what is that called, a membership? You have a membership, so you should be notified. Obviously I don't know what they do on Patreon because it's the first time I joined, but you should be notified. But I'll try to make it so that, and I think it has to do with how I'm posting it. So maybe I need to pre-post it like I do here. So I'll make sure to pre-post anything I do on Patreon. Oh, you're so sweet. I know. I appreciate Sensei. I'm sorry. Yeah, I will figure it out, and I'll pre-post things so that when I decide to do a live stream, I give you like a heads up. That'll be better. So that way you know, because I'll give the heads up. So rather than you having to wait for it to do it itself. Because I don't know how it does. I don't know how to work it. It is a little confusing. Okay, yeah, no, it doesn't show public. Anytime I post my Patreon and I do live on YouTube, it does not show public. You can't see, the public can't see what videos it's totally secret. It's like the secret squirrel group I have in Cypher. That's why I like it. I like the fact, I love doing everything publicly, but as you see, when I come out and I like to spill the beans, you see how they kind of shut off my live feed. We'll see. If Patreon doesn't work right, we'll change to another. You know, I'm interchangeable. Listen, family, we will go where we have some anonymity. Okay, so it's rarely that you have anonymity on a public platform, as we know. There's places that you have anonymity only, but based on the fact that they can't mess with you because it's private, meaning that you can talk about whatever you want. You could be bucket naked during your live feeds if it's a secret group. But if it's something that's publicly pronounced, they have say and they have censure over it. So that's why I kind of do it. Yeah, so I'm putting, you know, I'm making sure on Patreon I keep it 1,000. So I have something to say about this particular video because you heard the title. So that tells you, that speaks volumes. And I speak coded when necessary. I was supposed to get my own website a while ago. Cyphers with a C. C-Y-P-H-E-R. Yeah, I was supposed to get my website. Family, listen, I keep it real with you, right? You know I have wonderful things about me, and there are certain things about me. I have idiosyncrasies that I have not quite overcome. One is I do a lot of things all the time. And what happens is that certain things will fall to the wayside. So I will make 50 million secret groups, but the website will fall to the wayside because I'm doing all these other things. I have to learn to focus at one thing at the time. The problem is, or actually the challenge is, I'm a triple Sagittarius, meaning that take one Sagittarius that's all over the place. Now, times that times 3. I'm that. So that's why you see me always in a car. That's why you see me always in a go. That's why I'm always doing 50 million things. That's why I'm starting one group, getting warriors together, getting people fertilized. I do everything at once. It's what I do. So I have to learn to be more focused. That's why I've chose to mate with a male. Big up to the mate that I'm mating with. I've chose to mate with a male that is way more earthbound. Because if I did not mate with him, I would be all in the galactics. Oh, for anyone, yeah, I'm drinking kale, spinach, pineapple, mango, and what else? Hi. And what else is in here? Kale, spinach, What is it? Kale, spinach. Oh, mango and pineapple. Yeah, that's all it is. Anyway, family, I don't want to waste your time. I just wanted to show my face. I hope you have a wonderful day. And like I said, we have a lot of beings here who are not human. Yeah, I'm far from perfect. I tell you that. Listen, I'm one of the only people. Let me tell you, family. I watch a lot of wonderful people on YouTube. Listen, YouTube has become a home for many of us who didn't really have these outlets to really listen to things that really pertain to our interests. So YouTube has been a home for a long time. So I watch a lot of really cool people on YouTube. Whistleblowers, ET contactees, abductees, Zeta people. I watch it all. But one thing I noticed that I find a little disturbing is the perfection that is displayed is not realistic. I have messy hair. I am not skinny. I have issues. I have idiosyncrasies. I forget things sometimes on live feed. I can't remember like basic things. I run all over the place and I do 50 million things. I am zero perfect. I am perfectly imperfect and I'm okay with it. And I let you know to never put me on a pedestal because I will fail you every single time. Even the mate that I chose, down to the mate that I chose, I love him and he loves me based on the weirdest idiosyncrasies that anyone can ever have. He's probably the only male who would have a tolerance for a lot of my weirdness. I have weirdness going on. Big up to him. You know, I have moments. And like I said, I appreciate the fact, not that I say I should be grateful. It's not that. I'm just grateful that someone has honors me for who I am. When I look messy, when I'm chunky, when I'm sad. Look at this guy. Look at the weird stuff. Look at this weirdo. Look at this weirdo. Look. No, look, he's taking off his shirt. He's taking off his shirt. Okay, hold on. Okay, I got it. Now, listen, family. I'm about to leave this location. This person, I think they have demonic, I think they might be a low field reptilian. Why I say this? Okay, hold on. I may have to watch them. I think he's a reptilian. Yes, I think he's a reptilian. What? No, he's not white. He's not lunar. He's brown. No, he's a brown person. This is man. He's another one that I don't think he's a watcher. I think he's a low field reptilian. He's not from the neighborhood. He's always around. His eyes shapeshift. Now, I saw his eyes shapeshift the first time I saw him sitting in front of Starbucks. And he's obviously, I don't know if he's homeless. Oh, let me get out of the sun. I don't know if he's homeless. I think he's homeless. I don't know. I don't want to. Listen, family. Tell me, be careful. I told you, I'm prepared for beautiful things and I am prepared for war. Listen, how someone comes at me is how they will be met. Have knowledge that Flurboon will always be prepared for anything that comes within her realm and her distance. Okay? You see, I have a smile on my face, right? Remember, I am challenging, and you know, what I can't do, I have a powerful mate who can finish any job that I can't finish. Pony up. And you know, I say, that's why I say, sea stars, you know, we don't give ourselves as much credit. You know, a lot of times people say, well, why don't you have people that help you, or why are you always doing stuff on your own, or why are you always by yourself and your mate's not there? Why do I have to have somebody here? Why do I have to be afraid to walk on my own 2 feet? Listen, my mother and father gave birth to me. I came in this world on my own, and I probably am going to leave on my own. So I have to be able to stand on my own. You overstand me, okay? So at the end of the day, I have to sit here and I talk to you. It wasn't my mate who talked to you, right? It wasn't my mate who created this platform, right? It wasn't my mate who initiated this conversation, right? So why would I have somebody sitting here as a tool, as a prop for something that has to do solely with me and us? If I'm coming to you disclosing this, it's because I feel powerful and I feel a certainty, I feel a sense of security in the things that I disclose. Or else I would be off hiding somewhere underneath the bed or an undisclosed location like Nature Knot, who ran away from Belize because a beautiful sea star checked him. Oh, you can be, listen, family, you can be lunar or European. I don't take knocks at anything. Why I say that is because apparently a lot of lunar males, or a lot, not all, have an issue with what's going on the planet, and they are feeling a certain way about the brown female. Not necessarily negative. A lot of lunar males are soliciting brown females in the droves. I mean, to the heightened degree. It's always happened. It usually happened on the back leg. So, you know, for years, lunar males have been soliciting brown females for centuries, before race and complexion was ever an issue. So, no, I don't. It's just a certain breed of GMO, genetically modified being here, who may look like a lunar male, has an issue with the power structure being dismantled. That's all. So you can't demonize a whole complexion of people. That's insane. That's insane. That's like you telling your children all brown people are all lunars or devils and evil. That's crazy. Everybody has their own unique personality. I've met brown people who do some dastardly things, and I've met some lunars who do some dastardly things, and they have absolutely zero in common in complexion. You know what I mean? No. But there's a sect of, you know, lunar males right now that are suffering from their non-association with me, and I'm sorry for that. Anyway, so I'm not going to keep you long. I'll bore you. Yeah, and also, you know, I had to, that's what I wanted to say when my live feed was so disgustingly omitted and cut off early. I think it was so disrespectful what they did. I hope this was not associated with Google Maps, because I have a problem with that. But what's interesting that I was going to share is with Chief Lateva, that was the reason why Nature Knot Pseudo Tehuti was ran out of Belize. Peace to her. Big up to her. 13 respect to her. But she taught me a lesson. I was listening to some of her videos, which were very empowering. It really, as a woman, it really put up the ante with me a little bit. It kind of pulled the bar up a little higher. I thought my bar was high. She put up the bar a little bit. So, you know, when I was thinking about the community, she was talking about all these pseudo-conscious community predators that are just perversions of society, taking the form of conscious when they're really just vampires. she just really got deep into it, and I listened to her video, and I was humbled, because sometimes, that's why I tell you, I don't know everything. She humbled me in certain ways. And you know how I wanted to start a community in Brazil, and that's what I would love to. That's one of my goals. That's what I'm projecting to do. That's what I want to do. But I already told you when I started, it's going to be very family oriented. I told you there's going to be mommies, there's going to be fathers, babies, families. It's very family oriented, elders. It's a community that I'm starting, but I noticed a pattern with a lot of these pseudo-conscious communities that are being started by, here they go again, that are being started by these males, these, and that's why I say you can't judge complexion, because all the males that are doing the dastardly deeds in the pseudo-conscious community are brown, and they're doing it to other brown women. So all these predators that are starting these communities in the jungles of Central America, I notice that it's all males. Like, there's 0 females that are starting these on themselves, and it's not family oriented. You don't see the elders. There's only one community that I saw in Belize, and I have to be concerned because Lateva did say that this man who started the community, who I thought, I forget his name was, he's in Belize. He's got his own community. They grow everything. It starts with a K. I can't remember the name. The name is a little difficult. But she spoke about him, and you know what I did note with him is that, again, another male is surrounded by females in all his pictures, as if he's utilizing them as like trophies, like to show off them, and that lets me know how imbalanced that male is. So I had to listen to Lateva, and I listened to her humbled, because some of the things that I really previously kind of set in stone, not really set in stone, but what I projected for the community that I would like to start, is I was going to allow for just everyone of every disposition to come. I don't agree. I think she's absolutely right. I'm a mom. I love my babies, and I plan to have more. And just like in my life outside the matrix, I surround my little ones with people that I want them to be like, that I would desire for them to mimic. I surround them around people who have the heightened sense of integrity, who live in a way that I think is commendable. I really do. I make a point. I can't, not everything and everyone, but I make it a point to try to do that as a mother, because I want them to be exposed to those in every demographic, but just to be exposed to those that I'm okay with them mimicking the life that they're living or the choices that they're living. So this is where Chief Lateva was talking, and I realized that I need to be even more stringent when it comes to strangers coming in that have totally different dispositions. And I noticed one thing that I know how I can do that is to limit it. Listen to me, family, and it may not be what everybody wants to hear. Limit the community that I'm starting. Everybody can live the way they want. And like I said, not everybody wants to come with me to Brazil. To be perfectly honest, nobody has to come with me to Brazil. But limit the community to families only. Solely mothers, children, and fathers, if the fathers are involved, and elders. Whether elders can be, grandmothers, mostly grandmothers and some grandpas that come with the families. But limit my community to families solely, meaning that those who have children. Why is that important? Because I feel like I'm seeing, even in this pseudo-conscious community, I'm noticing that there is a perpetuation of deprived sexual behavior that is coming from a set of beings who have really interesting propensities and questionable sexuality. And because of that, I have to look at my life now and see what would be different if I'm going into an environment, new environment in the jungle with a bunch of new people. We're family, we know each other, but families. I know that mothers have the most connection to trying their best, listen, no mother's perfect, trying their best to uphold their family and their system. I know that if I limit our community, the community that I'm beginning, to families, there'll be a higher bar of standard based on mothers and fathers who are vested in their family system, trying to uphold that and holding a healthier system of behavior and integrity. So as I'm listening to